All right. Let everybody get in. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, this is the recording of a live stream. I'm going to back the camera out here in just a second. But what I'm going to do is, this is dried grunge paste, so I'm going to play with some magicals on that. And I'm going to jelly plate and try to do some magazine transfers. Let's back the camera out just a little bit. I think that's better. So when we put one of these there, yeah, well, we'll be able to see. And I'll let everybody kind of get in and we'll get started. If Lena's here, I started my sketch and I put in my frisket for the watercolor sketch along that Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, posted. So I have 11 by 14 piece of watercolor, 140 pound. And all I did was sketch in some birds and the boats, my horizon line where the water is and the land. And I'll let that dry and then we'll watercolor with that. Not today necessarily, but at a later date. So today I thought we'd play with the magicals. It was the last stream, I think, Jean. And all I did was go to the info and took a screenshot of the reference photo. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, I think it was the live one on Friday that she had last Friday. I didn't have to look very far to find it. It was the one I watched last night was the one with the cherry blossom tree, which I loved. And the bridge. You need to watch that one, Jean. It was really good. I'm looking on my phone to see if I can find it. And we'll let everybody get in. Hi, Kat. It was 2 days ago. It was sailboats, Fort Ann, Lori from Following the White Rabbit is what it says. I'll share it on Twitter, Jean, so you can find it. I just tweeted you the link. Hi, Josie. All right, so these are they're painted papers I had that we dipped in an acrylic pour. And then last time I added grunge paste through a stencil and let it dry. So I thought I would play with them and color this. So what I want to do is, I know what I want on this one. I pulled out magicals for this one. So I also pulled out some gel medium glazing by It's Traditions Deco Arts glazing medium. So I'm going to put out a little amount of glazing medium. I need to get a full-size bottle of this. Thought I had another bottle of glazing medium, but I can't find it. So I'm just putting out some on my desk. And I have 5 magical colors picked out that I want to use. And then I'm going to take a small amount of the Magicals powder. I have little tweezers that have like a cup on them. I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use a palette knife to kind of mix it. And just a small amount since I don't have very much. So I'm just going to take a little pinch and get that in there. That was the Ponderosa Pine Olive, which I really like. It has a gold shimmer. All of mine have shimmer. This is Tainted Teal or Tainted Love Teal. And then I'm going to do some Autumn Maple Crimson. I think I'm actually going to do that one right here where it's a little bigger. And then I'm just rinsing off the so when I go to the next color, I'm not polluting. And then I have some Peony Scarlet Red. Now, I do not remember which sets these are from anymore because I have so many sets. I want to say the Ponderosa Olive and the Autumn are from the Autumn set. And I know this Golden Sleigh Bells is from the Christmas set. All right. The last of that. It's a piece of paper. I don't know what I'm going to do with it once we're done coloring the grunge paste. Because it's got so much texture on it, it'll be hard to put a focal image on it. And I'm just going to use, I'm just mixing these up into the glazing medium. Yeah. Wet wipe. Now you can, these are permanent. Shauna was asking me, these powders are permanent if they are fully diluted. So if you put them on and you have little grains that are not mixed in, then they'll smear. It's kind of like the ink tints. As long as it is dissolved, you're good. A couple of these I probably needed more glazing medium, but we'll get there. We can add some more glazing medium. We can also maybe add a little bit of water. You can make a spray with these. You can add them. Could have added them to modeling paste before I had done this, which is a lot of times what I do. I also like to add them to Liquitex Basic Iridescent Medium and go through a stencil. All right, so I'm just going to give each of these just a little squirt of water too. So my thought is to get them on here and then perhaps wipe some areas back. Like let the color soak in to the paste and then wipe back in other areas. And I'm using the mixture of the teal and I am adding some water to this a little bit. Okay, and then let's spray a little bit of water. And I'm going to move it around. Let it get on this right there. Okay, then I'm going to get some of that excess out. Like I said, I'm going to let it get on there where the berries are, up to the berries. I don't really want it on the berries. And then I'm going to blot some of that extra water out. Okay, and let's take the brush, and I'm adding, it's a dirty brush, but I don't care. I'm going to add it to the gold and come back over here. Flip that over so you can see a little. I'm adding in the darker. Okay. I like that golden bell mixed with the green. So I'm going to put a little bit of that because I'm probably picking up some of that shimmer. Right now I'm not seeing a lot of shimmer, but I'm hoping when we dry it. All right, let's use a different brush. And I probably have more red than I need. I gotta go back to the smaller brush. And I'll spray some water on there in a minute. Because I'm also thinking about putting some of that red in with the green in a couple places. Just wiping up some of the mess. All right, let's some water on there. I'll say that red is more of a mess. I personally will say that I don't prefer to do this, that I prefer to color. I think it's harder to color the modeling paste and stuff after the fact. When I clean it up, I get a much more muted color. Now let's see if we can find an even smaller brush. Maybe a little stippling brush. Just trying to get right there on the berry. And a darker color. Hi, Judy. Getting a little notification, sorry. Right, so I want to Get a clean baby wipe. And I put some of that on there. And I'm going to kind of spray and pull it back. Okay. All right, those are a little bit better. And I think you lose some of the micas. To be honest, I think I lost some of the magical of the wipe because I had to wipe it back. But let's try it and see real quick. Who's having a birthday? Oh. All right, let me dry this real quick. All right. Can't say I see a lot of shimmer. Like I said, I think a lot of that got wiped off. So, like I said, I would color it. I would color it before. I think the one other thing I might try to do is come in here and add some pit pen. You know, that would probably work a little. I mean, if it had the gel medium, it would slide more. But I'm getting a little bit more color. I feel like that stands out more. So let's try a different color. And I will say if you get too much water, then the grunge paste starts to almost soften again. But with the marker, I can hit the raised pace. Probably would be better for the marker if you put the gel medium on it, but that's just me. I really prefer to use these markers with the gel medium because I know it protects them. But you can see how that kind of stands out a little bit better. So like I said, I think what I'll end up doing, because this is so textured, well, I'm going to put a coat of gel medium just to sort of protect it. But I'm thinking I might do like a 5x7 watercolor and pop it on there. And use this kind of as a mat. And I was not getting much shimmer at all from the Magicals today. So I'm not worried about putting the gel medium over it. But that'll just give me a piece that's sealed. I don't know what I'm going to do with it next. So we'll set that aside and let that dry. On the other one, I had a different plan. So let's put the Magicals up. Because I would say put the Magicals in the paste is better. Or you can make a spray. And what we're going to apply next is sprays on the other one. All right, so let's put, I'm going to put some paper towel down for this next one. And I thought what we'd do is, I had magical spray, or not magicals, I had dylusions, which are not permanent. All right. I'm going to put the green and the teal on that little chevron. All right, let's add a little water of those to just get some movement. Blot where I have the runs over. Now, when I saw Mary Jane use the grunge paste, I will tell you she was using distressed oxides with them in her journal. And she was getting a very pastel look. Okay, I'm pleased with how that took. And I was able to isolate it fairly well. Now what I think I'm going to use is the purple. On the circles. And let's put those up. I think I might want a little bit of this fuchsia mixed in there too. Okay, so let's see what we can. I'm just working circle by circle. I'll say I like this best of anything that has stained the grunge paste. Okay. I'm going to come back in with a little bit more of the lime green. In here. All right. And I think I'm going to add some washi tape in a few places on this one. Kind of cutting a curve on the one end. Let's see. And then I have a striped washi that goes with that. It's got the bright colors. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and one more piece of striped, maybe. A piece over here. Nope, don't like that there. And again, this grunge paste is kind of soft where it's gotten wet. Okay, kind of like that on there. These could cut up like Patty does to make an ATC. Possibly. But this one is much brighter. Like if I was going to do a layout, she would be really pretty on there. You know. But as soon as I went to glue her down, she'd be lumpy bumpy. So that's why I'm thinking I might cut it up or use it. My thought was if I had like it like that, and then this is not watercolor paper. It's just an envelope. But if I did some kind of watercolor and then mount it in the middle, you'd see the border. So I don't know. I'm going to set them to the side for right now. I really like her on there, though, to be honest. But I know what'll happen is she'll just get lumpy bumpy. What happened to Carla? Okay, I missed something. I'll read it later. Oh, that happens a lot on the channels, that someone steals their videos. That happens a whole lot. It's one of the reasons why I don't check kind of in bed, which helps. Doesn't help a whole lot, but it does help. That they cannot embed your videos. But yeah. You just Google your own name. A lot of times you'll find them. Yeah, it's hard even with, somebody from overseas. It's hard even with a watermark. They're actually pretty good at removing those watermarks. All right, so we're going to jelly. Yeah, that sometimes has happened. I know it has happened to Cinnamon Cooney a lot. I think it's happened to Shannon Green. Okay. I'm not going to worry about those crusty bits there. I think that's going to be... Okay, let me move this. I have a stack of magazines and a stack of paper. All right, I'm going to use the Deco Arts media paints, Shauna, so we test it out. And I know I have a variety. Some of them will be good for this. Some of them would not be good for this. So we'll play around. And we'll check it out. So I'm going to start with black. No, this is Prussian blue. I take that back. All right, and I need to roll out a thin layer. Now, I will say this is a thinner paint, so that might help. All right, here is our girl. I'll put her down. All right, and I think I am going to clean up the paint around her. so I don't have this big dark blob. And I'm going to just take my little brayer that's clean and kind of roll that down and get a, what I hope is a decent imprint. And this was a black and white photo. Yeah, if they have a channel, Sophia, you can hover over their name and you can say go to channel. All right, Jean. No girl. Well, we still have our girl, but she's turquoise. No ink on the thing. Okay, so now let's try regular black paint. Shauna, I've got some. We're trying to see if this works, Jean, is what we're trying to see. If we can use. So let's try. This is black Traditions. Okay, thin layer. There's really no sheen on it, so I know it's pretty thin. Okay. Let's try this girl. I'm going to turn this sideways. Put that on there. And I had something else small. There's a scenic view. Okay. Let's push that down in there and let that lift up that extra black paint. Well, it was a different kind of paint, Jean. So we're trying out. I didn't have too much paint. I know that. We're trying out the media line, the fluid acrylics. Now I'm trying a traditional acrylic. Shauna wanted to see if the technique would work with the all right, and again, I'm going to clean off the black paint right here. Can't tell on that one. I would say no. I would say no girls. Maybe it's my plate. Okay, first of all, I got to take this off there. That is driving me nuts. Let's try this again. It's like it's so dry, but okay. That was just a traditional, like, regular craft paint. All right, let's try this picture. Yeah, the acrylic's not gripping enough. Okay, it did clean off the black paint this time, which it did not last time. Oh, I had it on thin. It was just too thin, maybe. This one's got something. I don't know if you'll know that's a girl. You definitely will know it's a boat. Okay. Let that dry. I do not have a hair dryer, so it just won't take very long to dry. Let's try picking it up. Yeah, you see the boat. Now I'm going to try picking it up with the... I am going to use a lighter color. I'm using a tight buff and a little bit of green gold. I can see some areas that are still wet, but I definitely can see the boat. Maybe I want a blue. Let's try Titan Buff and a blue. Cobalt teal. That's a brand new. Blue green light. All right, so let's use a little blue green light. And I have pulled cleanup prints with these paints before. I know that's still too much paint, probably. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to use this paper with the black, because whatever I get, actually, I'll just use this other side. Whatever I get will be used in collage. Jeannie Blonde Woman Stamping is really good at this. Eileen, you're doing the ATC swap? The boat came out. She did not come out very well. But what I could do is easily collage some. I mean, the boat I could will definitely probably use. Did you get your package, Bob? Okay, so let's go back to the carbon black. on the deco media and just put a little more paint than what we had. It was probably too dry. Okay. And then let's try this girl. I still think it's too much paint. Let's try this girl with a cactus. Let's put that. Yeah, I know. We're trying to see if we can do it with the thinner paint, Jean. That's the whole purpose. Yeah, blonde woman stamping. I don't know if she has any videos, Norma. She's posted pictures in Twitter. Don't think she does videos. Oop, we did clean the plate off. That was good. All right, Shauna, I see a cactus. I do not see a girl. But I do see a cactus. So my guess is no. You need the better black paint to start with, which we're going to use. The next one we'll use a I don't know what I'm going to get here. Let me find that black. There's a black Liquitex Basics, but I don't know if it's any good. So you can almost see an illusion of a cactus, but not great. All right, so let's try some of this. I think this is going to be the key, to be honest. Okay, let's try this boy. All right, and I'm just going to take a piece of black, put that white paper down, get rid of the black. Ah, I should have done that girl. We'll try her in a minute. But if you were going to do this, you would really only need the black in the heavier body acrylic. But in all honesty, Shauna, is it even anything that you need to mess with? You know what I mean? Like, or all right. We're getting all the junk off the plate. That is for sure. And how long did you leave it on there, Jean? Hi, CB. I know the magazine makes a difference too. He's going to turn out, except for I'm not sure about his face. Okay, let's let him dry. Can't really tell he's an airplane. And I'm going to pick him up with raw sienna. But I did get way more image with the better paint. I'll throw it just a smidge of Titan Buff. Didn't get much color on that, but I would say that this is a no, that you need the heavier body. So I'm going to put those away. They work okay for pickup prints. I don't think I want to use her. I think I'm going to save her because I might find a way to put her on there. Maybe if I put her on thicker paper and then I pop dot her, she could go on there. Because I actually really like her with the colors that we had. Okay, you sort of get an illusion of him. Like I said, I like the mixed media line for picking it up. Well, no, it has to do with what percentage you're using it. And if you're mixing it with other things, Shauna. You're not using something in its entirety. All right, let's try one more. I'm going to use ultramarine blue. All right. That's not enough paint, G. I know that. Okay, that's a thin layer. Let's try something different. Let's try this scene. Bye, Sophia. She's probably gone already. Trying to make sure I have good contact. Yeah. Okay. But the Firefox worked, right, Jean? So. Of course you can.
Love you.
Love you too. All right, I don't really think I got much. I think I got the dark values of the picture. Let that dry just a little bit, and we'll put some. I'm just putting some PBO. This is the gold green. Put that paper back down there. Yeah, it's definitely not my technique. In fact, I'm not even going to waste these pictures. But it seems to be definitely better with the heavier body acrylics. But we tested it out, didn't we, Shauna? You can almost see the paint took the darker values, but you can almost see the the horizon, but I'll keep the paper. I mean, I like the paper. I like the grunge of the paper, and I'll use it in a collage. Yeah, it's a definite great starter page. You know, I like that grunge. So all of those will get used in collage. None of them were anything to write home about. Now, I will tell you, one of the things I do like about using these on the jelly, I like when you get the little dots. I like when it pulls away and you get this. I'll show you one. Let me do a color that's pretty. It tends to happen when you clean your plate. Watercolor does it too. But it'll kind of almost bead up. You can also do a light, like mist of water on your plate to get that result. I'm gonna let that water sit there for a second. But I do like, you know, I like jelly printing with these. I need to use my own trick. So you can see it's kind of watercolorish, pulled up some of that extra black. All right, let's put that away. Yeah, when I used watercolor on it, I was just experimenting, and it's not something I would want to do because I use my papers in collage, and if I touched it with gel medium or water again, it would move. Yeah, Jean, if you use the Neo 2s and then add a gel medium, then that's going to make it more permanent, which is what I do with my Neo 2s. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that for, put some metallics and stuff. I love this stuff. This is the newsprint that you get from gift shops. And what I'll do is probably add some metallics on here and then use this as a collage. All right. Let me go get some water. Yeah, I don't have any Liquitex inks. Not buying any. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go get some water real quick and a cup. You going in, TJ? You want to say hi, Tay? You want to say hi? Tay came in. You gonna say hi? Here's our Tay-Tay. Now don't knock the water over. Yeah, let's not knock the water over. Yeah, we're not supposed to be up here on this table, are we? All right, Miss Tay-Tay. Let's watercolor. She's like, wait a minute, I'm getting comfortable. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll play with this. The frisk gets a little damp still. I'm going to turn it upside down to work it first. All right, a flat brush, my round. We'll start with the blues. And I want the neutrals too. I want a little bit of a gray in there. So let's get a couple of these blues. And I'm gonna try Lindsay's trick real quick. And I'm gonna wet the back of my paper. And go ahead and wet the front. And I want to add some gray to that, I think. I just want to add a real light, it is granulating. Just a real light wash to start with. I'm going to go ahead and put the same color down here. In the water. And I'm going to add some more of that gray. In here. All right, and then I am going to model and lift out some of that. All right, and then I'm gonna lift out some with my round too. Try it around. Not getting what I want. That's doing it a little better. Okay. Soften some of that, bring some of that back up. I'm going to try putting some more of the gray and the blue back in here. Get a clean paper towel. Okay, that's. I'll try to lift out some. I'm going to turn it around so I can see it correctly. I actually think I like taping it down better for this big a piece. Now, I will probably go back in and I think I'm getting frisket. Might have been some frisket up there on the paper. All right. I'll probably come in with some white. Clouds. Just trying to break it up a little bit. Hypercola. Adding some gray back in underneath here. Trying to give an illusion that there's a shower. Okay, and I want to get some of that gray in the water too, here and there. And let's get some more of that blue. I almost forgot that I have shore down here. I think it'll be okay. And I have some Frisket. On the page too. It's too bright. Too bright there. Okay. So, Tay, you want out? Let's go to the browns. And the orange yellow. Clean that little part of the palette. All right. So I have some like ochre colors. That blue is going to be somewhat of an issue because it's going to turn that sand. Oh, let's go with some brown. There too. Okay, and then come back. Lift some of this out right in here. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let's get in the I'm going to flip this upside down again. Kind of putting in a little bit like of a beach. All right, I think I'm going to go to the greens next. Okay, I'm going to put in the lighter color first. All right. I don't really like that. So I'm just going to blot out some. Anyways, and let's go. I want it greener. Okay. Lift back a little bit of that. A little bit of a reflection in there. Okay. Okay, I'm not liking the green, the dark green that I got. So I think I'm going to take some gray. Yeah. I want a darker green to go in there in a minute. So I'm going to take some of that darkest gray color. And I'm going to take some of that olive. darker one I've been using. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I'm gonna blot some of that back because there wouldn't be that much of a reflection. You may need to go in there with some Posca and put more shoreline or a hard line in a couple places. Let's try real quick with that. That worked a little, just graying it up. All right, and then I'm going to take the flat and pull down. And I'm going to try to lift back some of this. Night, Teresa. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. I just like the effects you can get with the paper towel. Trying to darken it again in some places. right. Let's dry this. Thanks, Jean. She could be in here. She just. She has her moments. All right, I'm going to take the frisket off. And then we'll deal with the details. Let me see. I have a... This helps remove it. Makes it easier. And all these areas that are white won't necessarily stay completely white. That's just where I smeared some frisket to keep some choices in for the highlights. Oh. This is one of the reasons why I don't like frisket. It just tore the paper right in here. It's probably, I'm rushing it, taking it off in places. So I'm just going to take it where I know I can take it off. It's sticky in places. I'm sure the heat gun doesn't help. I think I can salvage that right there. won't be selling it, but I can sell prints. I can get a print. It's just too tacky where it got where it was thick. Yeah, it's part of the problem is when it comes out of this applicator, it comes out really thick. I should have thinned it out with a brush in places. And then I heated up with I got hot with the heating gun, the heat gun. I know that did not help. I know there's we're getting there though. You're getting buffering, Dot? Is anybody else getting buffering? It is I think the Fine Line brand because it came in this bottle. And I've had other brands that, like I said, I'm rushing it to. That one got the paper too, a little bit. Almost got it all, guys. Could be, could be. I haven't had problems with buffering. All right. That's going to have to just do. All right, let's get rid of all of that. All righty. Now, the picture that she posted had bright colored boats, but I know that I do not want to do real bright colored boats. So I am probably going to stick with kind of a reddish brown color. See, in the picture, they're super bright, which is not me. I'm also going to, since this is already... All right, I'm going to also switch to some of the zig markers. Okay. And then I might just add, that was just like a little buoy. And using the zig So okay, and the mask, I'm probably going to come in, most of them are white. I may come in with the Posca and just clean that up just a little bit. And I might come in with the Posca and make a little bit of a harder line at the water. Okay, so there's one boat. And then a little bit of I want to darken in that. Area. All right, and then the birds are kind of a light gray. So I don't know. You can see, I think it's going to need some line work in there. Let's try let's try a really light gray. Make this one white. It's that paper. It's gonna get it. Okay, so we'll go with a that damage. Is the problem. I think I'm going to hit that one with acrylic because that'll help the damage. Hi, Ange. This one's got problems too with the texture of the boat and the torn paper. So that'll be white. I think I'll put a red up here. I think there's still some frisket on that one. All right. I think I'm definitely going to hit nothing, Ange. I'll send you one when I was thinking about that today. Let me go to FedEx. We're waiting on our American Express to get fixed. And I'll go to FedEx and I'll get a print made because I wanted to try it out and see. So you'll be my guinea pig. I'm going to either go to like Staples or FedEx and get them to, I'm going to make a Word document and print it on, I want to print it like on a glossy paper print, like a photograph print, and then try to mat it. So I'll send that to you and you'll be my guinea pig. Okay. So I'm going to send you that printed text too. I just have to tear some off. But I was thinking about that earlier because I wanted to try to do a print that way. And I thought that would be the perfect one. And then I could send you something too. But when we went to the vacation, they messed up our American Express. So we're waiting for all that to get, and we don't get paid till the end of the month. So I'm kind of strapped for cash right now. And I don't know what it'll cost to do that. It won't cost much. Like it'll cost less than $5. I just need to make the print in Word. Like I'm going to take the print and put it on a Word document in like an 8x10. And then I can take the thumb drive to FedEx or to Staples or Office Max, one of those places, and get them to print it. And then we'll put it in a mat. But I wanted to see what it would cost and all of that. So we'll do that, Ange. And okay, I'm going to leave this because I'm getting frustrated with it. I'm going to leave it right here where it's at. I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to come in probably off camera with some acrylics and see if I can't. I know you guys probably can't see, but can you see the damage on the paper in some places where the frisket tore? So I want to put in some acrylics and let it dry. What I think I'm going to do is just take an acrylic white. I'm going to need to get a non-watercolor brush. I think what I can do is, with acrylics, minimize the damage. That was done to the paper. Just on those boats. There. And then I think I'll come back in with marker, or probably the Pitt pens is what I'm thinking. Or the fluid acrylics. No, I'm not going to put watercolor over the acrylic, Jean. I'm not talking about putting watercolor over the acrylic. But other than that, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it'll be truly a mixed media. But I need that to dry. And then I'll come back in with either markers, but I'll be honest, I also will probably do a little of this too. I'm just trying to, where the sky would be brighter. And what I'll do is I'll make a print of this. I'll keep the original for myself. Okay. I think that helps soften the sky a little. So I think that is it for me. Like I said, I'm going to finish the birds and the boats with probably the Deco Arts media fluids, pit pens, non-watercolor. So it will be a definite mixed media piece. And it was my fault. I heated up that and rushed trying to take that off. The fluid, masking fluid. But other than that, I'm kind of pleased with it. Yeah, I'm not really a purist, so I don't really care that it's not pure watercolor. That's why I liked about mixed media when I found it. I do want to kind of try to soften a little of this. I need some of Dee Dee's mist, don't I? That softened it. Yeah, I mean, that's why I call myself mixed media. That's what I loved when I discovered mixed media, is it didn't box me in. So, like I said, I'm pleased with it, and I think once it's framed, I'll be able to get a decent print out of it probably. Getting my things back where they go. That's probably it for me today. That was more than I intended to do. I think what I'll do with her, since she won't go on here, like I can't just put her on there because she'll take all that texture. I think I'll put her on a piece of the 140 weight and pop her off of there because I like her on there. And then we can find, I can find like some little quote. I think that would work. All right, but thanks for hanging out today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. And like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Probably stick a... Tempted to cut it up into A2C size. So it'll find its way into something. All right. See you all later. It's Tuesday. We don't have anybody tonight. But Dee Dee's tomorrow. Night, guys.